You can keep that. We have a few minutes for some questions. First, a very short one. Is Magic Leap for real, or is it virtual reality?
I think it's for real, but I think we're all excited to see what's coming.
Yeah, they've been in the dark for a long time now.
Yeah.
Guys, I'd like to know, you have very different perspectives, but I'd like to know, as Magic Leap is probably facing very important technical difficulties to make the product real, what are the main challenges that you're finding in your respective fields? That is going to turn that 99% into a reality.
Yeah. I think for us the challenges are in all the technologies I mentioned. Well, first of all, there is one major challenge, is to achieve that our products, our services will be acceptable for the people. And that is the most important, because technology, well, engineers can invent everything. They can push the limit of the state of the art with research. That's easy. Well, that's easy, no. But okay, that's what we are trying every day. But the fact is that being inside a company that is selling products and services, this has to be acceptable for the people. So that's the first challenge. Now, with regard to artificial intelligence, the idea is to bring dependability at a good level so that the system can resist to everything, to faults, to attacks, and so on and so forth. Also, so we are really pushing the limits of the present technology to do that. And that's the reason why in my business I'm using a lot of PhDs, currently paying PhDs inside research laboratories to help industry to progress. And without research, we cannot make any progress.
Anything to say, guys?
I think on our side, and this is a global challenge for society and for industries as well, it's putting in place the appropriate politic for the deployment of the technologies. There's a lot of challenges regarding privacy and security, especially if you start wearing glasses and seeing things around all day long with cameras and stuff on your face. People in the streets, they might not want you to film them, and they might want to have their own privacy as well. And it's the same in the shop floor, it's the same in any place. So one of the most interesting question to answer is what kind of politics should we put in place so we deploy the technology globally?
I think I will insist on, let's say, non-technological challenges, because these are very important. I think one of the big challenge we have is to foster the change towards a more and more integrated vision of urban planning. Integrating, for instance, energy-related questions since the very early stage of planning. And with energy comes also the transportation, the energy poverty, optimal use of resources, of local resources. And I think tools are there. There are some experimentation which prove to be quite efficient. And now the idea is to foster the change, to discuss, for instance, with planners, with architects, and try to help them to have this more integrated vision.
Mm-hmm. Any questions from the audience? We have time for a couple of them. No one? Okay, I have another one. We are writing a lot about automated services, and it looks like, an autopilot can take over, for example, piloting an airplane or a car in standard conditions. The better the autopilot, the more aggressive conditions it can handle. But all autonomous services have a disengage situation when the situation is too critical. So there's a situation when the autopilot becomes so good that it only disengages when you're in a really critical situation. So it kind of masks problems before you can see them. And your plane, whatever, is already facing a vertical drop before you can take over. Yeah. So how are you going to handle these disengagements that are going to happen always, and how are you going to redirect that kind of critical situation to the correct person, the human who can solve that problem in a very short time frame?
Well, this is clearly a very big issue. And the problem is that, okay, in an airplane, you have trained people in charge of piloting. There are pilots. In day-to-day car, that's just normal people, just you and me, and sometimes elderly people or young drivers. So this means that the comeback to the capability of piloting is very, very difficult. That's why if you see the classification of automated driving, you have this level 5. In level 5, in fact, you are not supposed to touch the wheel anymore. This means that in terms, when there is an emergency situation, then the car has to go on the side by itself to find a place to park, a safe place. It's not easy, really. That's why, especially in cities, this will take time, because you cannot ask someone seeing a DVD or making his emails or discussing on the telephone with someone inside a car to say, okay, by the way, in 3 seconds you need to be back online. That's not possible. So this is a major challenge. So I think there are a lot of activities, engineering and research to enhance this situation.
So it looks like my generation forgot how to cook. Next generation is going to forget how to drive.
Yeah.
We may not be going in the right direction.
I agree.
I think we run out of time, but if anyone wants to ask questions, we'll have another break later. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.